break it up into small pieces. Then you're working on something crazy, so you can't wait to play that riff, man. When you play that riff in front of people, they're going to go, what happened to you? You must be so talented. So how long should you practice every day? Well, it depends. Where do you want to get to? What's the skill of? Is it shred type? Extreme alternate picking, tapping, multiple finger tapping. What is it that you want to practice, right? Or is it song playing, singer-songwriter kind of thing, So that's the first question. Where do you want to get to? I want to know that. So tell me in the comments section right below here. And then secondly, a much more important question is, how should I practice? And the first thing that comes to mind there is that you can expand what you get out of practicing by 10 times, 1,000% by doing the following. And I said that a lot of times, and I'm going to say it again until you do it. And that is simply having a severe focus on taking something very small and overwhelming it with repetitions. So instead of practicing a song with 16 chords and playing it from one end to another, you take 2 of the chords and you go back and forth over and over and over and over again, sitting in your couch over and over and over again, like thousands of times. You become very, very good at that. If you can do that, if you can take something small and become a master of it because you're just incessantly repeating it like a crazy person, right? You sit and watch the entire, movie library of Tom Cruise films every single night as you go back and forth, right? So after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you go, and everyone around you goes, and then like that still, right? That's how it is. Seriously, that's what people do. They become poor at something, and then they go on to something else and become poor at that. And then they wonder why they've been playing for 10, 20 years and they don't master anything. Well, go for mastery, for freak's sake, right? Today, this week, right? Take something small, repeat it in a loop incessantly, and I promise you, you'll take everything up like that, right? And don't do practice routines with a million different things you practice every day. It doesn't, it's not like going into a gym and doing that machine and this machine and that and this, right? And then you go home. It doesn't work for the gym either, right? You need focus, right? So that's the first thing you need to focus on. And then I want to know where you want to go. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go? Because technique and playing super fast alternating is gonna take you millions of repetitions. And if you watch the videos on this channel, you'll find that that's not hard. It's super easy to do millions of repetitions, and it's also enjoyable if you do them in the right way. So go check out these videos. But you really want to say, okay, if I want to play like Keith Richards, what does he know? What skills does he have? Well, pentatonic scale, blues scale most of the time. And then secondly, you need to play over a lot of jam tracks because that guy has a lot of playing under his belt, right? You don't want to become too technical. You don't want to become too theoretical. You want to focus on what does that guy know, right? And then I need to play a lot, right? Because that's the path to that guy, right? To those skills, right? If you want to play like, Paul Gilbert, or Herman Lee from Dragon Force or something like that, or one of these modern very young players who does crazy things on the guitar, you need a completely different practice schedule, right? You need to put in, take a weekend out, practice 16 hours a day. Also still easy and enjoyable. I love those days, right? And you need to put in as much time as you can during the day. So it very, very depends. But the thing I can tell you is, really go into whatever it is that you want to go to, and then be impatient. Set high goals for yourself. Say, I want to master that. I want to be able to play, these 3 riffs or whatever it is that are way beyond your skill level. Don't keep it small, keep it big. And then instead of, nudging and easing into the skills you want, then say, I want to play this riff. I can't play it. I don't know how I would ever be able to play it. It's too hard for me. Then take the first 2, and maybe the lick is like whatever, right? But all you do is, and then you grind that. You just go over and over again until you master that little part of it. Then you take the next part, right? It's repetitions here, and use your ear to determine, does it sound good or not? Record yourself, and then keep grinding that, right? That's the way to go about it. And if you do that, you will get progress. You, after a month, man, instead of playing, songs that you don't really like, but you're playing them because they have few chords, or instead of playing licks that, they're not that exciting, you take something crazy exciting, right? Could never play that. And then you work your way, build your castles in the air and then make foundations beneath them to get to them, right? Don't build small houses that, okay, I'm gonna do my guitar practicing. Right? Itsy bitsy spider went up. I can't wait till I can play that song for my little kid. Don't do that, right? Go right for the meat, right? And then break it up into small pieces. Then you're working on something crazy, so you can't wait to play that riff, man. When you play that riff in front of people, they're going to go, what happened to you? You must be so talented, right? But that's the only thing you know how to play. As I said in another video, if I had to learn to play the violin, I would learn to play 2 notes perfectly. The violin sounds like absolute a nightmare until you master it. It doesn't sound better, or it just sounds like until you reach mastery, and then it sounds beautiful, right? So get to beautiful, get to mastery with 2 notes, right? So I can stand in front of people, just go, yeah, I can play the violin, and then just 2 with the right kind of vibrato, the right bow movement, everything sounds perfectly. I'm saying, oh, my phone rang, bye, right? That's what we can get excited about. It's something extraordinary. And then once you're excited, you can't wait to practice every day. So typing how much to practice every day becomes irrelevant, because I'm just practicing as much as I can because it's so amazing, right? I hope that makes sense to you. If it does, hit the like button. Do it now. Do it. And then make sure to leave a comment. Go download the free course we have just below here and watch one of the other videos popping up right there. They're very good. They're very good videos. See you.